and it's been Steam. Like every time there's something announced for the Switch that is across platforms, it ends up on Steam. I'm doing really good, Haruhi. I don't want to say your name wrong. I think it's Haruhi. Looking at this, I'm like, either Valve is using this as an opportunity to cash in and make some extra money on stuff that they probably wouldn't have made a whole lot more on. In this case, is giving away a game given away for free, but there's still DLC that you can purchase for it. Or they're working with the people who are allowing this to happen to, I guess, drive popularity for the game, and maybe it might also work for the Switch where it'll draw attention to it. I don't know. Nintendo Jutsu Triforce Lightning. That is a mouthful. That is a mouthful of a name to say, but welcome into the chat. I don't, it's funny. It was like, it's just weird that that keeps happening. I'm like, y'all just really Nintendo, not really Nintendo, like really Valve. Like every time, like, and it's always when it's close to some sort of big event happening that they do it. So I'm like, huh. I mean, it works out either way. Well, I'm just thinking about how Valve, every time something gets announced for the Nintendo Switch and it's on PC, because I know you're asking what it's about, it gets a discount on Steam. Or in the the case of Payday 2, it just got put out for free for people to get like 5 million copies of it for free if you have a Steam account. And I'm like, why does this happen? Well, it's like Nintendo gets attention for it, but then we say, well, we have a better deal here. Come get it from us. And I mean, that's just driving competition. I get that. That's cool and everything. But it's just interesting that that keeps happening. And the fact that I know that now Siberia, which is a game I was going to do a video for the Pitch for Switch series I was literally going to do a video talking about how those two games would be good for the Switch. And lo and behold, this already been announced along with a bevy of other part games that are going to be coming out to the Switch. I know Siberia is also on Steam. So I'm looking at when the release date of Siberia is going to be coming out, and I'm wondering if Steam is going to have a mysterious sale or discount on it around the time it's supposed to launch on the Switch. And it would not surprise me. No, I know it's not being released this year, but there's also a big event coming up like E3. Like like I said, it's like something either is being talked about or big events coming up, but there's also been like some hype behind it being announced for the Switch. It could be completely a publisher choice, but I'm just saying it's just funny that it happens that way. I mean, yeah, maybe Valve has no involvement in it as far as the decision making process, but it's just like this is like really cutting in everything. So I don't know. Mm. NSW. I do not know what NSW means. I would like an explanation on that because I'm not exactly certain what NSW stands for. Sorry on that ignorance on that. Did it really need a W then? NS is code for Nintendo Switch. I was like the W kind of just threw me off. I mean, if it was just NS, I would have straight up understood what you meant. Okay, but no, PC is not Nintendo Switch. That's quite obvious. Like there are advantages to the Switch that PC itself doesn't have, but there are advantages to PC that the Switch doesn't have. Like that's obvious. I'm just saying that there are games being announced. It's the product code for it. Well, I haven't seen that product code, so that's the problem. Okay, media create charts. I don't look at those, so that's probably why I didn't know what it was. Okay, that's cool. Um, Again, it's just me looking at it. It's just like that happened a lot during the Wii U generation, where a game would be announced. Not the Wii U generation, during the eighth generation, which is still ongoing, considering the Xbox One and PS4. But that happened a lot where something was announced for the Wii U, but then it got hype everywhere else. Like it was like it gets announced for the Wii U, or it was exclusive to the Wii U. Then we hear hype about it everywhere else. Like, yeah, that could be just the publishers doing stuff. Like that could really just be the publishers doing it. It's just one of those things where I look at like, if you want this product to do well on this platform, cool, but don't undermine it on the other platform. Like it's kind of like a thing where you're saying it's here, but you're kind of killing people's desire to go get it. Like me, I still don't have my Switch yet. I'm planning on getting it. I was looking at Payday 2 for the Switch, but since I have it on PC, I might not even go ahead and get it. I might still do it because of the portability aspect of it, but it's just one of those things where it doesn't matter if it's PC or console. If it's the same game on a different platform, and it's relatively a lot cheaper on one platform as opposed to the other, people are going to probably get it on the platform where it is a lot cheaper. So that's just my thoughts on that. Switch is a handheld in denial. I find that to be a really odd statement. I don't think it's a handheld in denial. I think it's a handheld that's running console level games. I mean, home console level games. Just like there's a PC variant of what is it? The Smock Z that does the same thing. That does like something very similar. Where it'll be playing Steam games on portable. I wouldn't call that a handheld in denial. I call that a portable PC, a mini portable PC that doesn't work like a laptop. Uh, high end. I don't even know if it would be high end. It probably is if you think about it. I don't know. Maybe it could be mid tier. So I don't know if it's high end or not. I'm not exactly a tech guy. It's actually nice to have a conversation though going on in the chat, and I can respond back to it, and people can actually kind of get what I'm saying, what people are saying to me, and what I'm responding back to them. Again, it's just like one of those things where I look at it. It's cool that they are giving a discount. Yeah, the Smog Z is expensive as in comparison to the Switch, and the Pro is even more. Yeah, I already know. Like I looked that up. Yeah, I definitely looked that up, and on top of that, some of the games probably aren't going to run as well because it's not optimized for that, because it's still a PC based platform. So optimization isn't exactly the same. Yeah, that was also in the Kickstarter. It's not going to come out until like 2018. But again, that's an option. It's just what I'm pointing out. It's something that's there. Like that's not the only one I know of, but that was the most prominent one I could remember was the Smog Z. Either way, I just wanted to get this out the way because this is just like one of those things where I find it's something to laugh at, and yeah, I've seen that the GPD win. That's the one that has this like basically like handheld with the keyboard and the the analogs and the buttons on it, like the gamepad buttons on it. So yeah, I remember seeing that because it's like a mini Windows PC. I actually thought about getting one of those. just to have it. Steam Machine 2.0. I can't call it a 2.0 unless it's better than the Steam Machine, and we don't know if it is or not. But there's not a whole lot more I have to say because I'm just listen. If it happens with Siberia, I'm going to looking at I'm gonna look at the publishers then be like, why y'all trolling Nintendo? Like y'all announced this stuff for the Switch, but then you completely undermine it like not too long after that. Yeah, it definitely is a 3DS shell with laptop parts in it. It's close in size to like a 3DS XL. So yeah, I can agree with that. No, I knew you were talking about the Smock Z. What you were saying, Nintendo Jitsu Triforce. That is a name, bro. How did you come up with that one? Nintendo Jitsu Triforce Lightning. Like, that's just like a long string of things together. Uh, Ultra Street Fighter 2 sells because it also has content in it that aren't in other versions of Street Fighter 2. I mean, it's not a significant amount of content, but it's enough to get people interested. And it's not like Street Fighter 2 itself doesn't have a long history of always selling well. Because, like, on every platform it's ever been put on, it's like sold tremendously well that I can recall. I think even the Game Boy Advance one that was like, that just kind of like was the actual one that ties into the actual story. I think that one sold well too. Like in that game, I don't see how people can enjoy that one. I couldn't myself. Is I've played it and it doesn't feel right to me to play that one. I can't enjoy it. No. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix is $10 on Xbox Live. Ultra Street Fighter 2 again has additional content that's not in that version. Like, so if you were to say and then that's why Capcom is looking at possibly porting Ultra Street Fighter 2 to other platforms. And they said if it did well on the Switch, they might just do that. So it probably will end up on the PS4 and the Xbox One. But man, I'm thinking. I just kind of wonder if this is a good way for them. Now thinking about it, this is a good way for them to kind of hype up their games before they make it to the Switch, or if it's just again undermining it, like I'm thinking. To me, it looks like more like an undermining because you're saying, "Hey, I'm putting it on this platform, but it is like way cheaper over here." But then again, I guess if they don't have like a gaming PC, then it probably would be a better choice to get it for the Switch. Uh, I do have a gaming PC, which is why I'm like, this is to me, it might not be the best option, but there are other people. Yeah, Monster Hunter will sell well on the Switch. Monster Hunter itself is going to sell well on the Switch and the 3DS, and it's going to be cross-platform playable. So I'm looking forward to that. So people on the Switches, they'll be playing theirs, and I'll be playing mine on my 3DS until I get a Switch, and then I'll probably get them Switch 2 and transfer my data if that's allowed. If it works that way. Hopefully it does, because you can do that with Monster Hunter Ultimate 3 on the Wii U. Ultimate Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii U and 3DS. Yeah, they confuse me too. Capcom definitely confuses me too because they do some stuff. They make me question if they can make their own games as well anymore, especially after playing Tekken 7 and using Akuma in Tekken 7 as opposed to playing with him in Street Fighter. And he feels much better in Tekken. That's bad in my opinion. Like, but it does make me look forward to Tekken Cross Street Fighter instead of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which was crappy. That was crappy as hell. Man, I have that game, and I so regret getting it. Not because the playing the game sucked, but it's just the way it's set up. I don't like that you have two characters and you defeat one of them and the round is lost. I would have much preferred the Marvel vs. Capcom setup. Pokemon Direct. The Pokemon Direct, I felt like that was Nintendo trolling everybody. Like I knew that they were not going to announce a full scale Pokemon game for the Switch, especially not right now. I knew they weren't. I knew they weren't, and I also knew that Pokemon Tournament was going to be put on the Switch because they're still updating an arcade. And it would make no sense for them to just leave the Wii U one out there and not make a continuation for it. That I knew was going to happen. That wasn't even a question in my mind. But it was people running around. Pokemon Stars is going to be on the Switch. Nintendo's going to announce it real soon. I knew that wasn't happening. Like I knew that wasn't coming. I like as soon as I saw. Now they did get me. They did get me for a second because I thought Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun would be on the Switch, but Marvel's Capcom is it. Yeah, yeah, Marvel's Capcom definitely is a dead series to me. But I'm talking about Street Fighter Cross Tekken, how you get beat. It's just like, hey, I have two characters. You beat one of them, I lose the round completely. I don't have a chance to use the other character who may have a full bar of health to come back and win the round. It's just over. And that irritates the hell out of me. I really don't like that. Like I couldn't stand it with Tekken Tag Tournament, and I don't like that now. I'm never gonna like it. Hey, but yeah, that could have been the case. But hey, Ultra Sun and Moon are on the 3DS and not the Switch. People were so convinced that it was going to be for the Switch. That was the problem. They just assumed. They assumed heavily that it was going to be for the Switch because the Switch is now it's a portable home console. That's basically what it is. It's a home console you can take with you wherever you want to go. So many people assume now. I was like, I kept my mouth shut on that issue because I did not think it was going to happen. I just didn't want to run around saying, "Oh, it's not going to happen at all," and then be the one looking like a dummy in the long run. I completely got away from the subject matter of this stream though. But yeah, Eurogamer said it was going to happen, and everybody just assumed Eurogamer was right. That's what that used to 240p. I guess it depends on the screen because I don't really have a problem looking at 3DS at all. I don't know. Maybe it's just the screen quality that bugs you, but it doesn't bug me. I'm perfectly fine looking at it. So I can look at anything from 144p up to 4K and not have a problem. Though 144 looks really fuzzy, so does 240. But I mean, I can still look at it without much of a problem. Eurogamer got the Switch getting a Pokemon game right, but anyone could have guessed that, and my guess would have been Pokemon Tournament from the jump. Again, because it's still getting updated in the arcade and they're adding new characters to it in Japan. Like that would have been my first guess. It wouldn't have been, oh, we're going to get a traditional Pokemon game on the Switch and it's going to be there for it's going to be there holiday 2017. I wouldn't even guess holiday 2018. It's just they were jumping the gun. They got some information. It wasn't all of it. They got some information. They jumped the gun on what they and assumed, and a lot of people just believed them. And that's how disappointment spreads very quickly because people are expecting things that they're not going to get. Actually, they didn't. There was a website that actually had it out well before Eurogamer did, but it's like one of those websites that you have to pay to actually see the information on. And Eurogamer got it from there. I don't remember what it was, but Shadow Fox Infinite knows the website. I think he has a in on that website. I don't. I just know that it's they didn't break that. They did not get that information first. They just got it out. They got it out to the majority of people before anybody else did, but they were not the ones that figured that out first. They were not. And if they tell you that, they're lying their asses off. They were not the first ones to get that. No, Nvidia announced that Tegra was going to be used in the Switch. What I'm talking about is the form factor of the Switch, the physical unit itself. That information was not broken by Eurogamer. That was I don't remember the website. I know it wasn't uh to be fair, when Eurogamer was saying hybrid, everyone was saying hybrid. Everyone. I even had a video like last year, early last year, talking about how Nintendo's next platform would be a hybrid, even though my version of the hybrid was way different than what it came out to be. Like that's everyone was saying that there's not exactly anybody who, to be honest, everyone was looking for that to happen because Nintendo combined all of their studios into one building. Like that was expected. We didn't know what way it was going to be a hybrid, but everybody knew that. Tweak Town source to NVIDIA Tegra. It might have been them. I think that might have been them. I'm not certain. I don't know the website myself, so it could have been them. I might have to change the title of this this one or add to the title. I think I'm going to have to add to the title because Valve trolling Nintendo is not enough. Probably be Valve trolling Nintendo and other Switch talk. That'll work. And I'm going on a little bit longer than I even meant to because there are some things I have to do real quick. But thank everybody for joining in. NVIDIA Tetra. Is there an NVIDIA? I think there might be a typo. I think you meant Tegra. All right. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut the conversation short. I got to go. There's some things I got to get done. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Yeah, autocorrect is a pain in the behind. It happens to me all the time. But thank you guys very much for joining. Keep your eyes and ears out for anything else coming from me. If you're new, check out some other videos. But other than that, hope everybody has an enjoyable day and peace out to all of you wonderful people.